All right, so you can go now. What are you saying
Or
about
somebody,
Marvel?
okay, not about Marvel. I was using Marvel as an example to answer your question about balancing.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying, regardless of, so you said it's better to make more people like closer to the S tiers than just a bunch of mid characters, right?
Yes, and I 10 toes on that.
And I'll say Marvel 3 is the perfect example of, regardless if you do that, you're just going to another radical side of the spectrum and getting the same result. Because, for example, someone like Wesker is a really, really, really good character, but you wouldn't say he's like top five. But he's not bad. But you're getting the same result regardless.
Okay, you. I don't know. That was a good example. Now, yeah, I'm the Marvel fella, so
Speak up, one
It's like,
wolf. You on stream?
guys,
Wake up!
okay. Oh yeah,
Wake up!
okay, yeah. I'm the Marvel dude. Now,
like,
Marvel 3 has a lot of mid and trash characters. Nobody. That game is not perfectly balanced. A lot of
no, not at all. Bus S has way more high tier characters than mid and trash characters. You can name like maybe 10 trash characters or mid or low tier characters.
Marvel 3.
Yeah, you got like you got Senko, you got Phoenix Wright, Ryu. Some people say Jill. I think Jill's definitely there, unless you're like Corky J or something.
Okay.
But
Nah.
hold. Oh wait, I'm gonna let you go first. I have the perfect
You like
Yeah.
response to
Jill?
that.
Okay. Now I played that game for you. I played that game since day one, Vanilla 2.
He
And you
still
Mhm.
see
plays
how
it to
I
this day.
know.
To
I
this
still
day.
play it.
That's gross.
Yes, it is. Now that game has a lot of. Now it's a team game, so you can slap on some mid or trash with a top tier. You should be fine, most likely. But slap on a Doom assist. But that game definitely has a lot of bad mid. Like half the cast is like pretty like lackluster. I ain't gonna lie. Like
I want to
you
say
know,
half.
that just have no. It trust me that there's a lot
Wow.
of. Again, I have what 40 plus characters. I bet you 20 of them is like mid or worse. Like trust, trust.
Wow.
That's my game. Trust you can't. I can't argue with tomorrow. That's that's
Well, my
my
point
that's my
was,
stuff, bro.
well, I agree with both characters being stronger is a good thing, but regardless of which side you spectrum you lean on, the buff culture or buff culture, you're going to get the same result because if everyone's, that's why I said if everyone's like really good, they're still going to choose the Johnny Cages, the Kenshis, because you're going to have someone who is the best regardless.
Okay.
So you're not. There's no satisfying answer to that question, unfortunately.
Okay. I have the perfect response to this.
Go ahead.
If you go watch, and I am not an advocate for MKX. I just want to start by saying that.
Hold up.
If you,
Let me
My
sit up.
boy,
Let me sit
my
up.
boy.
Because Marvel his game,
if
MK10. That's my baby.
I know,
So
I listen. I said I'm not an advocate for it, but
uh,
this is one of the few times where I will advocate for it. If you go watch MKX, even people that play today,
Hmm.
you can find people who play Jason, people who play
Yep.
Predator, people who play Alien, people who play Tanya, people who play Raiden, Liu Kang, Johnny Cage, Sonya.
mhm.
You see so much variety in the cast, and yes, there is or probably was, especially at the height of its competitive scene, a defined top five. Where if you are
Yeah.
going to a tournament, these top five are probably guaranteed. One of them is going to be either the winner or the runner-up, right? You're going to see that.
Mhm.
And then but again, you still saw all the characters, almost every character being played. You probably didn't
Yeah.
see like maybe Reptile, maybe, but
Let me
almost
see.
every other character you see being played, tournament level, competitive level, casual level. You see them, and you see them all doing their thing, whatever that thing is.
Mhm.
MK11.
And hold up, Apples. Let me interject here because I want you to continue what you're saying. But what are you, Quirk? What is the result you're saying that isn't working? Because you said you're going to get the same thing that isn't going to
Yeah.
work. So compared to what Jer's saying that it is working, what are you saying that's not working?
Um, no, that's just my point. Is like even for a game like you could honestly say the same thing you're saying for MKX. for MK1 to a lesser extent, because there are players like Rother, Sikander, I don't know these other people's names. I don't pay attention to Rips Grand like that, who do play these low tier characters. So my point is, regardless of which end of the spectrum you get on, you're going to run into the same issue. It is better to go the way you're saying, but you're going to get the same result. So it's kind of a hard conversation to have.
Okay,
'Cause
again, I
you-
feel like those are another two bad comparisons because my whole thing is the point I'm trying to make is I feel like it's better that we have more good characters so people can have fun with more good characters in the mid.
So
And
let me
two
bring it
people
home, Nick.
that you named, the two people
Let-
that you
let-
named, Sikander, first of all, he's a character loyalist. That he doesn't
Yeah.
care if Sub-Zero's top tier like he was in 11 or if he's bad. He's gonna play him regardless. And Rothor goes out of his way to play low tiers.
Play low tiers, yeah.
So you name two people that don't line up with what I'm saying because they're
I
not.
didn't say your point was wrong. My point was, I didn't say your point was wrong. I agree with your point, but my point was, regardless how true it may be, you will still get the same results.
And
So,
what
hold
is
on,
that
hold on.
result?
That people will automatically flop to the top percenters, like the top percent of characters.
That's
Here-
not
so let
true.
me-
That's
let,
not
let
true.
me bring it home. Let me bring it home, Nick. This is where I think the difference is, right?
Mm.
Because you using MKX and MK11 as the example. MKX,
Yeah.
like I said, you saw a wide variety of a lot of these characters. You saw them
Yeah.
from every level of play, right?
Yeah.
MK11, for the majority of the game's life,
Saw a couple people.
you saw
Joker,
actually let's talk about the first year versus the last year, right? First year, you saw a lot of the characters in that game. You saw people who were trying to flesh out the meta and understand the character that they thought looked cool or they wanted to take competitively. You saw Honeybee playing Devore, which he never dropped. Props to him. And then you saw other people following in his footsteps. You saw Sonic Fox playing Devore at one point. You saw
Mhm.
people playing Gearus. You saw people playing all the whole cast damn near. The very last year of MK11, even me, a casual, when I damn near was a ninja hardcore loyalist, I wanted to just play the ninjas. That's what got me into MK. I like
Mhm.
playing the ninjas. Last year and a half of MK11's life, if you were not playing Fujin, you were not having fun. And that's where the difference is. In MKX, that wide variety of characters, you could compete and still have fun. Yeah, my character might not be as good as the top 1, 2, or 3, but they're still good enough to contend and they're
Mhm.
fun. Whereas MK11 was like, hey, my character might be fun, but I can't do shit because I'm fighting Fujin. And the only way to fight Fujin is to use Fujin. So,
Well, let me interject and explain why I think he's just objectively wrong about this. There's only been two times in MK10's history where there was two characters that were just way too much better than the cast. It was Alien and Tanya.
yep.
Those were the
And they
only
fixed
two
that quick.
characters in MK10's history where they were way too good. MK in its final patch you have access to so many different top tiers, and what you said is people just gravitate towards the top and that's all they're going to play and that's it when that's
I said regard. I said you
Mhm.
will. I said with your. I said I think you guys think I'm disagree with you, and I'm not. My point was that you do have a better way of. I literally said this. You have a better way of designing the cast to make everyone stronger, so more people want to play more characters. My point is, this may not always feel like you won't. You will still have the problem of people flocking to the best options in the game, regardless. That's what I was getting at.
Mhm.
It wasn't that you were wrong. It was that regardless of how many strong characters are, you will still have the problem of people flocking to the top 2 or top 3 or whatever.
Yeah, and what I said to kind of offset that is when the character is broken, that's when I feel like because the whole argument point, well, not argument, the whole debate point is that I think nerf culture is too strong, and
Oh, yeah.
what I feel like when a game is at a level to where okay, these characters are too good, like Tanya, like Alien, like Leroy, like Martian Manhunter, then the talk should come in. Okay, let's nerf, but my thing with MK, why I prefer everyone's being like dumb, is because even in MK's like the last hurrah for the competitive scene for that game, the top three players in that game were all playing different characters. Well, Triborg 2 and 1. Sonic was playing the top three people by the end of MK10's life cycle was Sonic, Scar, and Dragon. You can mix up Dragon and Scar, but Sonic was the best. Sonic played Sector. Smoke was played by Scar, and Dragon played Shinnok and Alien, and Scar also played Sonya sometimes. That was three players, and there was so much variety amongst those three players. And Sonic played Cassie sometimes too. Like you had genuine options of playing multiple different characters because there were so many dumb characters for so many different situations if you wanted to mix things up. And I don't feel like you have that anymore with games. I'll never forget who said it, and I really wish I could. But the one thing I loved about MK10 so much, I don't remember I think it was Foxy who said it, but I really don't remember. He said, no, I don't think it was him. He was one of the people that he brought up. You can tell who's playing a character in MK10. You could tell when Ninja Killer was playing Lou. You could tell when Foxy was playing Melina. You could tell when Sonic was playing Cassie. You could tell when Honeybee was playing Devorable, etc. And I feel like we are losing that now in games because with the nerf culture, it's just ruining so much, in my opinion. That's just my point on it.
I wasn't trying to come off as saying you're wrong. I was saying more or less you're right, but you'll still have some issues there that makes it feel like it's not that successful, but meaningful. But you're right, but it's just there will always be the meta chasers and stuff that happens. That was my point.
For sure. Absolutely.
Yeah,
like there's no such thing as perfect balance. And of course, the people, like you said, they're going to be meta chasers. They're going to be people, whether casual or competitive, who loathe losing so much that they're just going to pick the best character or they're going to try to see who the best character is and then just follow the trend, right? But they're to that point, right? Part of the reason why nerf culture today has such a big impact is because two of the three games that we play are not very individual. They're more mechanic based. Or you know what? I'll stick to the game that I know, Street Fighter, which is more it's a more mechanic heavy game, right? If you tone down any of the characters that are top tier in Street Fighter 6, their game plan isn't going to change.
All right, so I wanted to still work. I want to go ahead and stop this part of the video right here because we all came to a conclusion. So again, the whole point I was trying to make with this video is I feel like, when you're disagreeing with somebody, as long as everybody can come to a common ground, there's nothing wrong with people disagreeing. And my whole thing is I feel like I would rather there be more good characters. I feel like devs should chase this feeling of wanting more people to be good than wanting more people to be mid, because you will always have those people that will chase the good. So if there's more good fighting amongst each other, there will be less people just playing the couple of really good that's left and the big bulk of mid that nobody's going to touch. That's my take on it. But I just wanted to go ahead and end that video early right there. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff. Shameless plug. Check out the memberships, and Nickopz out.